Hey everybody, for today's game, we're playing Tryndamere against Dr. Mundo in the top lane. We're going with the lethal tempo setup. They got a little bit of a beefy team. They got Mundo, they got Leona, they got Volibear. Volibear also has the green seedling item, so we're going to be going ahead and play against Mundo. Now, for the early game against Mundo, your main objective, like, Mundo's going to play like this. You see how he's back here, he's throwing cleavers. Not really much interaction that you can force if the Mundo is playing properly. But what you can try to do is you can try to force the interaction, which is the main benefit of controlling the wave. So the first step to controlling the wave I'm going to do is I'm going to shove in a turret. I'm actually going to demolish this turret. Like, this Mundo is so not wanting to interact with me whatsoever that I might be able to get a whole turret plate. And because I got that, and I got that with minimum damage to me, now what I'm going to do, so I've got the perfect 12 CS, he's got 10, I've got a turret plate, and now I'm going to let him shove in. So we're going to be paying attention to my jungler's pathing. It looks like he's doing a 3-camp reset into Darkseal, probably. Yep, there's the Darkseal. So that's pretty common for, like, Evelyn or Echo jungle, a couple of these AP junglers. Looks like the Volibear did a blue side start into bot lane gank, so he still has his bot lane available. Very important to be taking a look at the enemy jungler, what they're doing. Now, what I'm going to look to do, Mundo's wanting to go ahead and crash this. I'm going to prevent him from doing so. So, I'm going to walk up here, auto. I'm going to spin away so he can't get the bonus healing from hitting an enemy champion. I'm getting a little bit low, but I'm Tryndamere. I've got tons of healing, and Mundo is one of the weakest early game champions in the game. And I'm just going to kill him. And Mundo's dead with the wave frozen. Now, a couple things happened there. Notice that I kept my lethal tempo up the entire time. I pushed in for the level 4 that I can get my W. I prevented him from shoving that wave, even taking extra damage in order to do so. I paid attention to my jungler's pathing to see what he's doing. I paid attention to the Volibear's pathing to see what he's doing. That way I can make sure I have the for sure solo bolo. Now, the Mundo, he's building the standard. Looks like he's just building straight HP. Hey, that's fine with us. We don't mind a little bit of HP building. What we hate as Tryndamere is armor building. Tryndamere has so much flat damage with his kit that it's not until Mundo gets like an egregious amount of HP that it really like affects us. But early armor will mitigate our damage more. The smart Mundos will build HP because that's how they will scale. That's how they will deal damage. That's how, you know, they're going to be pushing. You know what I mean? And they'll reach, you know, critical mass at some point with their ability scalings, and it's going to be good for them. The bad Mundos will actually build armor into you and, you know, try to survive a little bit extra early, but then they're hard gimping their scaling. This Mundo's playing it right. Now, I've got my level 6. My Echo is back in bot side, which means that the Volibear is in top side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually just slowly crash this wave. I want the next wave to appear up here. I'm going to go ahead and ward. Just in case Volibear's like are in the bush. I was double checking with my W because you can use your W to kind of scout ahead of time. And I'm going to use this time to crash this wave. I'm watching my mini-map right now while I'm fighting the Mundo, because I'm waiting to see if the Volibear showed up immediately as soon as I spun in. That way I can know if I need a dipset, if I need to get out of there. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back, and we got a couple options here. We got lethal tempo. So, I'm going to go, actually, you know what? I'm going to go BF Sword. I'm going to go BF Sword. We're going to go into Yuntao Rush. Now, the benefit of going Yuntao Rush into something like Mundo, something beefy, something that you can just, you know, sit there, hit, all in, and they don't have good ways of disengaging from you, is your all-in is tremendous. However, by skipping Tiamat, I'm also ruining my potential future push potential, which could end up hurting me. But I feel that I have such a substantial lead over him with the early plate. I've got the early kill. I have a experience lead. Like, he just hit level 6. I'm about to hit level 7 here. And I'm going to be in a spot where potentially I can just go ahead and run down the Dr. Mundo with appropriate items, especially if we have Echo coming in, giving us that little bit of extra damage on a dive, where we can potentially kill this Mundo 100-0. Alright, so let me go ahead and shove in. If I can get any damage on him whatsoever, that's good. If not, it's okay. Let's go ahead and put another ward down. So it looks like he's pulling the wave. That could be an indicator that his jungler is topside. Or that, you know, maybe he knows something I don't. Don't see his jungler here, although the wolves are gone. Kind of word the blue. Looks like he set up a freeze. Maybe he did... Oh, there we go. Hey, we see Volibear. That's weird. So he went and did his wolves and then didn't go straight to blue. He, like, walked around. Maybe he thought he was being invaded. Sucks I missed that last spin, but you know what? That's a big fine. So what we just did right there is really freaking good. And we did 1-for-1 with the Mundo, but let me tell you why that particular 1-for-1 is good. Is because we did it in a position where their Volibear was topside and actually committed time to come up here. Didn't even get the assist. Whereas my Echo did some clearing down towards bottom and now can set up a bot lane dive. Now, Volibear's going to get grubs. But my jungler had already decided that he was giving grubs. He didn't say anything, but what he did is what matters. Is like he went bot side when grubs were up. He didn't play to affect it. And, hey, it might be a little kill for Echo. What is he doing? Bro, if you're Echo, you take that kill. Echo snowballs like crazy. That guy's being a little bit too nice. So we know Volibear's topside. He could be taking Echo's top jungle. That's what I would do if I was playing jungle here. I'm going to keep the wave right here. I still have flash. I don't want this wave to like cleanly crash in. You know, one, I don't want Mundo to get a reset. But two, I don't want the Volibear to be able to set up like a dive from behind me. And you see he's kind of like hovering towards, you know, bot side there. I'm going to see if I can't avoid some of his cleavers. Got pretty good damage here. Okay, yeah. Mundo is playing... he's playing too strongly to have his jungler there. At any point, I could have also gone out in case the Volibear was there. But, yeah. I mean, if you're going to play the card, oh, hey, my jungler's nearby, you need to actually have your jungler nearby after a little bit, or else I'm calling your bluff. Like, at some point, you're going to actually have your jungler come up, or I'm just not going to respect it. Okay. I'm getting out of here. We'll see. Mundo might come up and throw a cleaver and stun my back. If so, I'll just go over here. Next wave's a cannon, so it'll be a little bit harder to shove all the way in time. And I'm going to grab a glowing bow. I think we got a couple options here. So we could go into like Navori and have like a double attack speed setup to just like go crazy all in. It's going to lack us a little bit of damage. I think from here, I've got the Yuntao early. So, like, the rush to get, you know, early all-ins. This is very good against Aatrox. This is very good against Dr. Mundo. Very good into matchups where, like, an all-in is necessary in order to kill. You can't just, like, short trade these matchups to death with something like, you know, taking Grasp. Where is Mundo? Oh, Mundo is just fucking with Echo? Okay, well, I'm just gonna take his turret. I mean, he could just walk away here. Okay, I got the plate. Okay, so Mundo went to proxy, and he skipped a wave in order to proxy. So I'm gonna skip a wave, and I'm gonna kill him. Is what's gonna happen.
As you wish.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you do that. So now that Mundo's dead, I mean, this guy, by the way, he doesn't play Mundo. I think he's playing Mundo because it's popular, but look at this. You see this disgusting item that's in his inventory? He should be reported to the Mundo Association. Actually, you know what? Mundo players probably enjoy players like him because he is deflating the win rate, making that champion not look as broken. Am I ever going early Executioners? Okay, so in a matchup like you're rushing Vamp Scepter going into Ravenous, or like Aatrox or Warwick could be useful. I think in the Aatrox matchup, it's useful only after you've built something like a Yuntal early. Yeah, this guy has a Warmogs and it's not activated. He doesn't know, man. Oh God. Oh, that pains me to see. He needs to watch some of how Elise's videos. Shit, I've made a couple of Mundo videos recently. Bro, just watch some videos. Learn. Oh, no. This guy is not going to have a good time. I mean, so this guy has a Warmogs, and it's not going to work for him because he doesn't have the 2,000 bonus HP. So what you're supposed to do in Mundo, you're supposed to build 3 giant... Okay, is this guy going for proxy again? Come on now. Is you're supposed to build 3 Giants belts and then build the Warmogs. That way your Warmogs is activated and the 3 Giants belts is like superior. In every which way. And honestly, you shouldn't even go Warmogs first against Trend, I don't think. Like unless you're actually in a position where you can heal back up after a trade. But this guy is just getting all in. I would just go Heartsteel if I was him in this situation. Yeah, this situation's not good for him. My team's pushing mid. Alright, I'm getting out of here. I could just die to the K ult anyways. We've got a couple wards. I mean, we've got Volibear's whole bot jungle warded up. Looks like Volibear's close to the dragon. Caitlyn went covered top. She's not doing too well. So, as you can see, like, a pretty important part of, you know, playing Tryndamere, playing side lane, you know, split pushers in general. You notice how, like, much I'm, like, taking in information around the map. Now, I don't always commentate on me taking in the information, but just know I'm doing it constantly. Every high elo player is doing this constantly, taking in information around the map to kind of like make the best decision possible. So it looks like Ahri's top side. We could go into bot to play for bot turret, but I really want this top tier 2. It's 1 demolish away from dying. Actually, not like I might even take it before the demolish. Let's see, Ahri's got Maligma. Might be a little bit of an issue. That Volibear's only level 9, by the way. My Echo's level 8. What are these junglers doing? They not out of farm? Good lord, man. Bro, they need to just play some Tryndamere jungle. Force them to farm. Alright, so let's go back. So we got Ravenous Hydra. I really wanted to collect this this turret gold. At 700 gold for the side lane turret. We could go for Rift. I think I do go for Rift. But look, you know, I wasted a little bit of time feigning a back, but let's just go Rift. The Volibear was bot side, right? So please do this, and then I can take that Rift Herald into taking those bot turrets and just collect all this bonus gold. If the Echo takes the Rift Herald too, that's fine. I can get the turrets without Rift, but really you should give it to your top lane in this situation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shove top. That way top lane is fixed. It is pushing out, so someone has to cover. And then while that person is covering and shoving back out, I'm going to rotate to a different lane, and I'm going to put down this Rift and put it down. All right. So, go out here. All right. So I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get towards Infinity Edge. So we've got a high amount of AD. We've got some lifesteal. We could take, like, mid-turret probably is more worth to take map-wise. But the bot turret, especially this one, oh, it is so juicy. That is 700 compared to, I believe it's 375 for mid-tier 2. Maybe someone correct me. Maybe it's 475 for mid-tier 2. So I gotta enter this Rift Herald and charge in a way where he's not able to set up a trap. And let's see if we can't take this to mid so we can get both turrets. And this Rift Herald charge is slow. Okay, well we took it mid so we can push with our team for the mid tier 2. Perfect. Alright, we've taken every turret this game. We are turret destroyers. So, this is how you're snowballing on Trynd, by the way. You get a lead on your lane 1v1, and you can just go around the map blitzing every turret with all that prio you get. And, you know, with that, all that bonus gold you're going to be getting from all these objectives that you're getting. Then you can carry because you're just a big old stat stick with a bunch of stats. This is Tryndamere in a nutshell 101. Like, this is how you can just, like, super hard carry on Trynd. With, you know, kind of like a demolishing setup with either lethal or grasp. Kind of depending on, like, what kind of lane you're in. So in a matchup like Mundo, where all lanes are preferential, lethal tempo is great, Yuntal Rush can be great. In a matchup, I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna say that Mundo ain't tanky because he is, but in a matchup more akin to instead of a tank playing like a bruiser fighter like this, you know, every Mundo plays nowadays, with like the straight tanks with like a bunch of armor building like Sunfire Game, something like, you know, something like Ornn. Somebody can force you into taking short trades because they got really good ways of peeling off you with like Ornn's E, etc. Grass can be really good, especially if that extra regen for all the short trades that Ornn's going to be getting on you. Being able to take, having Demolish, Second Wind, and Revitalize for the bonus healing when you get the Ravenous Hydra, plus the Grasp healing in itself for the Grasp procs. Very satisfying. So I push in, and the Ahri covers me, and I can't kill Ahri. Like, that is just a fact. Like, if I go on Ahri, the best I can do is I can make her use her ultimate, and then when she uses her ultimate, then she doesn't have her ultimate for, like, 30 seconds. And that is the best I can do. You notice how I spun, like... you know, this guy isn't even worth my sums. I'm not even gonna lie. I could ghost and kill him, but like the fact he used his stuff, now he's useless. I'm just gonna go and take tier 2 turret. And if he tries to cover me under this tier 2 turret, we're just gonna go him then. I'm not gonna waste my sums at this point. My sums are way more worth than his life. Like, that is Ghost and ult from him. I'd probably have to Ghost and Flash to be able to kill him, when I could just shove here, and instead of killing the Mundo worth maybe 150 gold, 200 gold, I can kill this turret worth 700, and I still have the same pressure as if he was dead, because he can't do shit. No ult, no Ghost. And we could just go here. So, let me reset. Let me get Infinity Edge. Let me go here. So let's grab Infinity Edge, and then we're probably going to want Pen. Now, you're at, like, those people asking about Executioners early, like, it's not our job in this game to get the Executioners for these two that have a little bit of healing. You know what? Let someone else build it. Let the support build Oblivion Orb. Because only times, like, that's going to really affect us is, like, in team fights, right? Alright. So, has he got... He just got to... He just activated his Warmogs, by the way, at 21 minutes. Just so you guys know. Like, he just got his Warmogs to work. He finally got enough HP. Holy shit. I walked down here in case there was Sonic on fight. Oh, what the hell?
Follow my blade.
Guy's winging around. Go. I'm hitting the Ari first because she has tons of dashes. I think this guy's done playing this game. I think Bundo's dead. He might play. He might ban Tryndamere next time he plays Mundo. I don't blame him. Port Mundo toxic AF. You don't say. He doesn't even know how to play his own character. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Drop a like, subscribe, and you can come watch me on my Twitch channel. Hey, I'm actually doing a pretty fun No Tryndamere challenge. I'm currently in Emerald Elo on it. Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Come watch twitch.tv/Factor12. I'll see you guys there.